One of the big events in the sporting calendar starts this weekend. It's the beginning of the season for Formula One. It starts in Bahrain. It's the first of what we now know to be 23 races. It's the most populated race calendar that we've seen for Formula One in its history. There were meant to have been 24 races, but we've seen the cancellation of the Chinese Grand Prix and that decision not to replace it. So this weekend begins what is going to be a wonderful 6 to 8 months of motor racing that we've got on the calendar ahead of us. So let's take a quick look at some of the stocks I think worth looking at. And of course, the granddaddy of them all is Ferrari. Embodies everything that is Formula One. And of course, much of what we see on the road is coming through as a result of some of the technology they test around the track. This is purely for information purposes only. We've seen a really big run-up in Ferrari stock. Aston Martin Lagonda, another big name so well associated over the years with racing, and it is the company that provides the car that is the racetrack car at all the races. Aston Martin provides that. This is just for information purposes only. It listed at £19. We're currently trading at £2.17. This is a stock very much under pressure. Stellantis, big car owner in France, and it has a lot of interest in a lot of cars that are on the racetrack and a lot of component parts that come through with engines and also braking systems and so forth. And Stellantis is worth looking at in the context of the wider car making sector. Renault, so big in Formula One, but not this year. There's no evidence of any Renault team this year. But again, it's all about engines, it's all about component parts. And another company that's benefited from a recent run-up in its share price recently. Honda Motor, not a team in itself. It provides engines for some of the cars around the racetracks this season, and this is the ADRs you can catch up with on the IG platform. And it's not just motor mechanicals, it's also tyres as well, some other component parts. I thought I'd bring up a chart for Continental, the German car maker. It's seen a little bit of an uplift recently, not so much as the motor manufacturers themselves, but just taking part in Formula One gives it a big exposure. That's just a quick run through of some of the stocks to watch as we see this season kick off for Formula One this weekend in Bahrain.